shit ton of points.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure he's loving since we fucking gave him a C+.
He's fucking loving this. He's fucking
shit.
taking these points to the bank. And
Alright, check this out. We're gonna use that shit to sink.
oh, yeah? Is that supposed to be me?
Coming to a theater near you.
You suck.
Alright, welcome to the revolution, to the week 6. We're gonna start with the scores, but first we're gonna go ahead and make it obvious that this is our special guest host, Gabe.
What's up, peoples?
Starting off with the week 6 scores. Gabe?
All right, I got C+ here, who absolutely murdered the Alabama Crackheads, 141-91, with their high scorer, Melvin Gordon, of 34 points, all over Alabama Crackheads.
Alright, up next we got the San Jose Party Foulers who demolished the Cucamonga Cracker Killers, 113-63. The high score there was Tyreek Hill with 33 points, 7 receptions, 142 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Next, we have the Sack King Trolls and the Flying Graysons. The Flying Graysons always mesmerize me how they always fucking whoop ass. 105-73. Sack King Trolls fall.
Man, and it has been it's been that way at every single game because Reservoir Dogs decided that they were just going to absolutely destroy the Hayward Hufflepuffs. The baby went down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
Baby.
All right, that wasn't the case for our team, the shared team that we faced against San Francisco Shabooms, which I might add, that fool is just at Disneyland just laughing his ass off right now. He whooped our ass 129-91.
Oof. It was a valiant effort, though. Aaron Rodgers put up 29. Saquon Barkley put up 29. However, no one else did much of anything.
That's true.
All right. So, up next, Nightman. On the search for Dayman. However, on this night, he thought that he was going to go have some fun, go 6-0. But 94th and Jock and Mobsters decided that they were going to, they have a rental for him in Suplex City, where they just thrashed, trounced, shellacked, routed, destroyed,
Pwned.
just absolutely cheesed, obliterated, kadooshed.
Damn.
With a score of 140-70. Highest score there was Todd Gurley with 200 yards and 2 total touchdowns. Up next, we got the best and worst player of the week. Gabe, who you got?
I got, with the worst, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, Jordy Nelson. Man, this man got 2 touches, 6 yards for a whopping 0 points.
Ooh, and on the other side of the spectrum, Todd Gurley, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 34 points. Just week in, week out, beast.
All the time.
Sorry, Marshawn.
Damn.
You beast mode.
You're beast mode, but you're on the Raiders right now, and we'll get to that later.
Todd Gurley's beasting. Now it's time for that motherfucker that helped nobody. Right. I picked wide receiver from the Seattle Seahawks, David Moore, who got 2 receptions for 47 yards, a touchdown for 11 points. That motherfucker helped nobody.
All right, my pick this week is Vernon Davis, tight end for Washington, because let's get woke in this bitch. Come on, it's 2018. Let's get right. Anyways, his stats: 3 receptions, 48 yards for 1 touchdown, and a total of 11 points. Helped no motherfucker. None.
It's time to recognize all over your bench.
All over it.
For my pick, I got Cole Beasley, wide receiver, for the Party Foulers, who came out there with 9 receptions, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns for 24 points. That one came in real handy. Too bad it was all over the bench.
Man, my pick this week is Dak Prescott for the Alabama Crackheads. My little big cousin, because he's taller than me. Anyways, Dak Prescott got 188 yards for 3 touchdowns and 30 points, all over his bench, all over it.
Oh, I'm not gonna wipe these tears because these fucking Raiders are making me fucking cry.
Oh my God, the Raiders suck.
Oh,
Dude, you're
God.
telling me. I'm a Raiders fan.
Oh.
I'm not wearing any Raiders gear right now, but I'm a Raiders fan.
Oh,
Ride or
man.
die. And so far, I've been dying inside a little bit every day, every week when I watch them. Because they just go out there and fucking crap the bed. This week they're in London. Fucking crap the bed.
You know, actually, I forgot that they were in London this week.
As did I.
I thought it was odd that 2 West Coast teams were playing at 10 a.m. And then I was like, oh, London.
Yeah, they're in London.
That's why they're playing at 10 in the morning. But I got to be honest with you, that is way better than the usual 6 in the morning that they got to play. Because the Raiders have usually played like other teams that weren't on the same coast. So I think this time they cut us a break because I think no one in the East Coast cared about it. So they just put them on a more convenient time, which was 10 a.m., which I want to say is, what, like 4 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Like local time out there in London?
Mm-hmm. I help both places.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know what? I was trying to remember this just off the top of my head, Gabe, but as a former season ticket holder for the Raiders, how often did they go to London? They've been going there a lot, right?
They've been going there a lot since the move has been in place, but they only went once during the 3 years that I had season tickets.
Well, once was a home game, but
that was and I lost that fucking game.
Okay, you know what? Okay, never mind. Because they played in Mexico. Okay, they played internationally.
Yeah, they do. They
played internationally. Which I guess, which is the positive spin, but I take it as, oh yeah, remember how they took away all those Raider home games?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been a fucking clue. Hey, we're leaving your bitches. We're fucking out of here.
And so, well, I guess we're gonna start with the Raiders because we're gonna start. I guess we're gonna start with good news, bad news. We'll start with the bad. You know, we don't even have good. We'll start with the worst and worse. Bad. Yeah. We'll start with worst. The Oakland Raiders are 1-5.
Yes, they are.
They got shellacked. They got destroyed.
They got fucking murdered.
They went down like the Nightman, if you will.
Oh, oof.
Damn. The score was 27-3.
Damn. They only got a field goal?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God.
It was the revenge of Seabass.
Oh yeah, he fucking murdered them.
He was loving this the entire time because like, oh, you guys got rid of me for a rookie. Fuck Tobacco.
Yeah,
and Tobacco, they got rid of him, so he's somewhere else saying, just being happy that they lost, but Seabass got to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He got to kick some field goals and he participated, and
he's on a winning team.
Then he got to go drink some warm beer at the pub. I guess that's a good thing because they like to drink warm beer. I hear, or I mean, sort of a thing.
Guess.
I don't want to sound ignorant. I'm sure they have refrigerators. But I think they like warm beer.
I mean,
before I start sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about, let's get back to the Raiders.
I like beer.
The Raiders are 1-5. They are. I'm trying to think of something positive to say.
There's nothing positive to say. Okay, here's one thing positive. They got Marshawn Lynch on their team. Who knows for how long?
And they're not even doing that right.
No, they're not.
Let's not forget they just recently did the Seattle special the previous week. You know what? Every week we could just go off and mention one more bad move.
Yeah.
Done by the Raider organization. And then the more you look at John Gruden. Do you know what you're doing?
Dude, this motherfucker is ruining this team.
And
I'm so tired of this fucking guy. I'm tired of his face. Every look that he has. Every fucking sideline gesture. Just go the fuck on somewhere. Leave the Raiders alone. You guys were idiots for fucking hiring this guy.
Well, there's nothing you can do because he's 10 years, $100 million.
They're invested. He's gonna stay around, but
what if he's tricking us? There's one or two ways. Maybe I'm giving him some credit, maybe not. But hear me out. This is strictly speculation on my part. honestly, I think he's lost touch. I think he's I want to say I'm surprised because he's been a part of Monday Night Football, so he's watched. He's done the quarterback camps with all the college guys, so he's known a lot of the top picks. So you'd figure, if nothing else, he'd be like, well, he remembers some kind of stuff about certain players, certain teams, certain scheme, and all those other teams that have gone to Monday night and he's interviewed. They didn't think he was going to come back to coach. They didn't think that he was going to be a threat. So I know coaches shoot the shit, especially if you're not, an opponent or that particular week, that conference, whatnot. Retired, but they talk, and John Gruden is definitely a talker. So I know that he's gotten, if nothing else, a feel for other coaches and other styles and things like that. I mean, you can argue how much that would equate and translate, but even if it translates a little bit, I think it's definitely worth something. But I think I'm giving him too much credit because I think that he just sucks.
I think he sucks. Not only that, I think the Raiders are a sinking ship right now, and every player that is able, get out.
Well, I mean,
Save yourself. Fuck that.
Okay, well, hear me out because that a lot of the players probably won't even need help. I'm sure he's still gonna clean more house.
Oh yeah,
but it's a matter of him rebuilding, and what he rebuilding is that still gonna suck.
It's gonna.
I think it's still gonna suck. Because even if you're gonna build a new house, you don't tear down a foundation.
Yeah, you got to keep the foundation.
Khalil Mack.
Oh,
which,
wow.
by the way, just continues to have monster games. And I promise you, he's worth at least one other win. Which even one other win, 2-4, would even be astronomically more optimistic than 1-5. We can go down stats of 1-5 teams that made the playoffs, 3, but none of them were this bad. And when they were one and they were that, it was always some weird, off the wall reason why a good team was like that, and they got back. But again, this team isn't gonna do that.
No, they're not. Hey, Raiders #1 pick. I'm just saying.
It's getting very likely, and which again, is that part of the plan? Is he just tricking everyone, thinking that he just sucks when really he's?
I mean, with that trade with the Chicago, he got a bunch of first round picks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to necessarily accuse anyone of of throwing in the season on purpose. Just to get, a better pick, because even if management wants to do that, if ownership wants to do that, the players have way much more pride, and football contracts are not guaranteed, so players are definitely not into doing that. So, I can't think that that's what's going on, unless he's just purposely misleading them to maybe not get all the breaks all the time. Seattle special. I keep thinking that.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh well, if that's going on, then then Bigfoot's real, and then all that. Then all
There's
that
mermaids.
Yeah, little green men and all
Megalodon
that.
is swimming in the ocean to this day.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be likelier than that whole scenario, because, again, the Raiders, they fucking suck.
Dude, they suck.
They fucking suck.
They're horrible.
And on this show, The Revolution, Sunday nights, today's special Monday night show, I think...
Dude.
I'm sorry,
they're just horrible.
They're just so bad. That...
Well, with brighter, but not much more brighter, is got the 49ers with their almost win today.
Yeah, and, okay, so... Like I said, in this show, we're going to continue to kill the Raiders until they prove otherwise. And we might run the table here for the rest of the season. But there's another team on the other side, sort of south. You don't even have to cross the bridge. Just keep going down the 880. On that side of the bay, kind of in spirit. Anyway, they're also 1-5. But some would like to believe that it's a more optimistic. It's a reverse flash equivalence, if you will. That they're 1-5, but they're 1-5, and you feel kind of good because
they're
it's
playing.
Like, they're 1-5, but it's like Tiny Tim. Like he's not gonna do anything, but man, he makes you smile.
Oh, dude, that guy, the 49ers right now. I mean, I got faith in them at least.
Yeah,
Dude, they lost the 49ers lost so many weapons.
Yes,
And look at what they're doing. They're still coming back. They're fighting hard. They almost pulled out that win today.
They lost 33-30 on the last play. But it was the last play because the last 4 plays just went Aaron Rodgers' way.
Oh yeah, but he's a beast.
But you expect that because it was the fourth quarter, and that's the situation that he is. Like Klay Thompson was born to play basketball. Aaron Rodgers was born to play the last 4 plays of the fourth quarter. That's what he was meant for.
And you can't let Rodgers get an inch. Because as soon as you give him that inch, he's going to take a mile.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep on running, throwing that ball. He got an arm for days.
He's throwing it, and then he has that little sweet little wrist flick.
Mm-hmm.
What? That little sweet wrist flick caused the 49ers to be 1-5. But hey,
it's a positive
we've been
1-5.
killing the Raiders, so let's kill the Niners a little bit too.
it's a positive 1-5.
Because how positive is this 1-5? Because I'm gonna spin it the whole entire other way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because yes, they make you feel good. Yes, they trick you into thinking they're about to win, and even with this loss, I still think they deserve to play on Sunday Night Football. Even though they've already been flexed out. But I think they were flexed out for the wrong reason. I think they were flexed out because they thought they were not going to be competitive, which is not the case. They have been competitive. They have not been the worst team to watch in football.
Raiders.
We can list 5, 6. I can list 7 teams that are much worse to watch, that are not as entertaining, that you can argue have a better roster, but your only argument there is because they have they're all their starters, but all their starters suck and don't gel together. So, I mean, these guys are gelling together. They're just not doing it for 4 quarters. And Richard Sherman is just saving their asses right there on the right side. They are just picking everyone else apart, but he's holding it together. I just can't help to think that they're. Well, I think if they sneak away too many wins, I think it might be a disservice. Now, it might seem like now I'm contradicting myself with the whole, throwing the season away. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that fuck around and win too many games. The Raiders are gonna pick one.
That's the plan.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the
plan. And just like you can argue that they did a disservice with their winning the last 5 games, because if they hadn't do that, you could argue that they wouldn't have spent the 120 some odd million on Jimmy Garoppolo. You could argue, and they would still have him. You could argue the pressure wouldn't have been there, and maybe he wouldn't tear a ACL. I mean, we could play this game all day. But my point is, if you want to go even a few years back, the Rams were shit. The Rams were a really shitty team. The Niners were a really shitty team. They played on week 17. The 49ers won that game, and I remember that we were, as fans, everybody was feeling good about winning that game. But that game was the domino effect that basically moved them up further in the draft, which gave them the better trade offer to trade for the number 1 pick, to trade for Jared Goff.
Oof.
As when they got to LA. I mean, so you could argue that Week 17 game is the reason that they're there today. So them losing that game has propelled them to potentially win the Super Bowl this year. And they only have this year and next year because those contracts that they signed are going to fall apart.
Damn.
So, you could argue that maybe they made a disservice with them with winning 5 games because now they picked, further down in the draft. Again, you could argue for team morale, that was all good. Because I still think winning those games and that caused to be together to compete this year. But I think if they win too many, they might be a disservice. Which brings up to the November 1st Battle of the Shits.
Battle of the Shits. That's right. Well, I'm just going to say this. I predict the winner of that game to be the Niners.
And you know what? And check this out.
I'm not even going to say it's going to be an all-out beating. I think it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a brawl.
I think it's going to be a great game, to be honest with you.
Like you said, all players, they have that pride. They don't really want to lose. No matter what the higher-ups want to do. I think it's going to be a battle. I think that's going to be the game where we're going to see the actual potential of these two teams.
But you know what? Let's make a quick bet.
Little it may be.
I want to make a quick bet with you right now.
All right, what's this
bet? Okay, here's this random off-the-wall bet. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper has been trashed this year.
Oh, yeah.
You can make many arguments as to why. Whether he's not being used, whether he's not
feeling the love.
Not feeling the love, whether he's not I'm woke, but check this out. If he's not manning up, man, he's not manning up to catch those balls because he is dropping balls. He is not trying hard enough to get open. Because I always say that the quarterback is responsible for throwing a player open, but you also got to fight. He does not fight for the ball.
Mm-mm.
He was a first-round pick, number 4 overall. And there's rumors that he's going to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
And in 6 games he has had 11 catches for just over 200 yards, which is something that I've seen him do in 3/4 of one game before.
Yeah. So
he can do better, but he's not. So I hear he's being shopped. Whether that's
true or not.
Yeah, employed by the by his agent or not.
Mm-hmm.
One of the trade partners is rumored to be the 49ers. And then before anyone goes, they'll never trade with them. They'll never get over it. They're going to Las Vegas. That's not a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he'll go before that game? Do you think he'll go after that game? What do you think his price is? Because I
hope he goes before.
Because
I personally like Amari Cooper as a player. I will root for him. I rooted for him in the past. He got me major points when he was on my personal fantasy team.
Yep.
R.I.P. to the Punishers. But I think he deserves better than what the Raiders are giving him.
So there's 2 games before November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 2. So over on the 2. So you're saying he'll be... Okay, so you think he'll be off the team or on the team before November 1st?
I think he's going to be on the team, but not much longer after.
Okay, do you think he'll be on the team at the trade deadline?
No.
Do you think he'll be traded... You know what? I want to say that he'll be traded to the 49ers because they have, in the picks, they have money.
Mm-hmm.
But again, why? 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 I don't find a reason for them to do it. they don't have their quarterback. I mean, I understand that you can argue that they don't have enough at wide receiver and just wide receiver because Kittle is a beast. He's definitely gonna be a really good tight end. But their receiving core sucks.
Yeah.
Pierre boy,
Mr. Garcon.
who by the way used to catch a touchdown every 16 catches. Gabe, it's been 17 games. He has not caught a touchdown in 17 games. He's caught 0 as a 49er. And we're going to continue to crush him here on the Revolution. We're going to crush him, we're going to crush him, and we're going to crush him. Jordy Nelson had 2 catches for 6 yards. We're going to crush him.
Yep.
We're going to crush him. Amari Cooper got concussed off the game. Fine. We're not going to crush him because he already got crushed on his head.
Damn.
And we're going to continue to crush both of these teams. And I think November 1st is going to be battle of the shits.
Yeah.
But I do think it's going to be a good game.
I believe it's going to be a good
we are
game.
gonna
I
have
think
a
it's going to
preview
be a
show.
major shit
Yeah.
storm.
We will have a preview show. Not yet. But I will say that I think it's going to be a good game because when two really, really shitty teams that have nothing to win and have nothing to play for, they're playing with house money. And they're going to do I think there's going to be magic in the air. But it's going to be shit. Don't forget that it's going to be shit.
Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be
It's gonna be shit.
it's gonna be so fantastically shitty.
It's gonna be so shitty.
So fucking shitty.
Man.
Oh man.
It only makes me wish that it was on Thanksgiving, so we could just give me some shitty with some turkey.
Oh my god.
Shitty with some turkey.
Speaking of turkey, deep frying turkey again this year.
Deep fried turkey's good, y'all.
As deep fried turkey's fucking bomb.
Deep fried turkey is bomb.
All right.
But both these teams are gonna get deep fried every game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so usually we have the Monday night prediction,
Being as this is Monday night.
but think of it, this is Monday night, and the 49ers lost 33-30, which, by the way, would have not been my guess. I would have been like Green Bay 31-17, and then I would have been like, but hey, that's the parody of football, and so this Thursday night we'll have the Denver Broncos at the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Broncos are the road favorites at 2.5. And the over-under on this game is 40.5. Me personally, I'm taking the Broncos to win this game 19-9. Gabe, who do you have?
I got the Broncos. I don't really have any predictions of the score right now, but I got the Broncos to win it. You know,
40.5 points. Over-under.
under.
Okay. Because I am taking... obviously, I'm taking the under on this game. I think 40 points is way
Just
too
a
much.
lot of points.
It's way too much. And these are two bad teams. And I know we just got done saying in the previous segment about how bad teams, they rise to the occasion, and you'll every now and then you'll get a really good game. Because these two teams, they're pretty shitty. They're pretty shitty. But I don't think they suck enough to give us a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting.
The Raiders and the 49ers are 1-5, dead last. These teams are 1-5 and 2-4.
Not much better.
They're not much better. I might correct myself on the screen with the Broncos record, but again, I think that 40 is way too high. I mean, we have a rookie quarterback with Arizona and Denver. Gabe, this is sort of a trick question. Who Who's the quarterback of the Denver Broncos? Exactly. Nobody fucking knows, man. Brock Osweiler. What?
Nobody cares. That's jacked up.
Like, nobody knows. Like,
Well,
who the fuck is it? Nobody. You know what? Let's stop. We're gonna do this. We're gonna find out who the quarterback is for the Denver Broncos. Siri, who is the quarterback for the Denver Broncos?
These are the quarterbacks for the Broncos.
They have Kevin Hogan, Case Keenum, Chad Kelly. See? Case Keenum, Kevin Hogan, Chad Kelly. They have trash at quarterback. That's who the Denver Broncos have. In Arizona, they have a pretty okay rookie, but he's still a rookie. And he showed some promise because he lit up the 49ers. But did he really? He had the first play, check it out, where he threw it for a touchdown for like 70 some odd yards. But again, you know, hey man, Tim Tebow threw one of those over the Steelers. So, come on.
that's an actual team.
Yeah, and that was an actual team. I mean, yeah, congratulations. You threw one pass over the safety, and you fucking got a touchdown. But the rest of the game, it's not like you carved them up. You played well, but you played well against a bad team. And now you're playing the Denver Broncos, who again, you got to respect their defensive line. And I think they're going to bring the heat. And I think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to bring the mild sauce, and that's all you're going to need to get at those Denver Bronco quarterback. Or where the fuck is back there?
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, who the fuck quarterbacks for the Broncos, man? Like, if that's another team who's constantly fucking shit up at quarterback.
They made one good choice as quarterback.
They made one. You know what? They made one good choice. We're gonna go this quick. They made one good choice at quarterback, and guess what? Peyton Manning picked them.
That's true.
And you know what?
He took them to a Super Bowl. Not once.
They sort of fell into it. They sort of fell into a quarterback. Everyone else has sucked since John Elway. Well, I mean, no, yeah. Everyone sucked. Jay Cutler was pretty good, but he left like a baby. Other than that, he threw a lot of interceptions, and we can have a whole argument on that dude. But again, since John Elway, the Broncos have had nothing. They have had nothing at quarterback. Oh, they had Jake Plummer for a little while. But again, he mostly sucked more than he was good. Anywho, the Broncos have nothing. Arizona have probably kind of a little bit. Anyway, neither one of these teams have enough to combine for 40 points. So I'm going under, way under. And the 19 points by Denver, I think one touchdown is one of those is going to be a defensive touchdown. I don't think offensively they're going to do much. And I think Arizona's is going to just I don't think their defense is going to necessarily hold, but I think that Denver's just going to do enough to just do enough to score a little bit, and Arizona's going to do nothing offensively because they have nothing. They have David Johnson, who I'm sure is going to have a killer game, but I don't think that as a team they're going to score a whole lot in this particular game. I think that Arizona at home is going to have a field day of field goals, if that.
Oh, yeah?
And that's only because of the dome. Other than that, Broncos, 19-9. See you next week.
Peace out.